Today, I want to hand over to you a secret piece of knowledge. And it's not secret in the sense that it's being actively hidden. It's secret in the sense that for some reason, it doesn't get passed down through most teaching. It doesn't happen in courses really, or maybe it does in some courses, but I feel like most self-taught people miss out on this skill, this thing, this one thing that you keep in mind, and it like skyrockets the quality of your design. So a lot of people think that design, if you imagine a graph, is a bit like this, yeah? Or maybe the other way because I'm looking in the mirror. Like it goes up and then it plateaus. But it's not really like that. That's not what design is like. It's kind of more like this. So you go up, right? Your quality is this. This is like an actions that you take. Firstly, you start as shit. And then your design slowly gets better as you apply some of the principles you will have seen on my TikToks to do with improving tracking, leading, line length, and all that beautiful jazz, which you can go watch. And that kind of goes boom, and it shoots up your work into professional territory. And then it starts to plateau, and you think, okay, it can only get so good. And then there is something you can do to make it go like this. Like you think you're a plateau, and then fucking hell, and the quality just shoots up, and you go into winning awards territory of quality. Winning awards, the shit that wins awards comes from this thing, which I will say. And it's going to sound so mundane. It's going to sound so mundane, but hopefully I can try and explain it. Let it land, right? When I say this thing, let it land. I'm going to say it a few times, and do your own thinking. Let it kind of run in the back of your mind, because this is really what takes it up to unbelievable levels. All the best typography that you've ever seen in the world is because at some point, type and all design needs, are you ready? An idea. An idea behind it. An idea behind everything. An idea. So rather than thinking about, okay, let me try and explain it. Rather than thinking about how can I make this type slightly nicer, track it a little bit better, pick a nicer font, all of that is surface level thinking, and it's critical. It's fucking critical for you to get a job in the industry, for you to be rehired, for people to look at your work and think, oh yeah, there's quality to that. That's the immediate indicator of quality, the fundamentals. And then at some point, you need to move past that. And ideally, oh, pardon me. I had a lot of food at my mum's place. At some point, you need an idea, some concept, something to guide your design and fucking skyrocket it. I'm thinking of an example. Maybe I can flash it up with my magical video editing skills. Something called Sorry Dog. And I saw this recently, I think because it won an award, right? And I can't remember exactly, but the cafe, it's a branding for a cafe in South Korea or China or some other Asian country. Exposing racism. It's a cafe, and one of the rules of this cafe is no dogs allowed. No dogs allowed. The dog has to stay in the kennel outside. And from that, right, they kind of took a step to no dogs, we like cats. What do cats do? Cats tend to kind of sit on your keyboard. If anyone's ever had a cat, I have had a cat, and I really miss him, but that's another story. They kind of sit on your keyboard and they write keys. And this brand used that idea. And so the whole brand is based around cats sitting on your keyboard and like producing repeating letters. So there's repeating letters everywhere, and it's called Sorry Dog. So there's a fucking juicy good idea behind the type that inspires it. It's not a fancy font. There's no complex pairings, blah blah blah. You just have an idea which sets off a creative storm. There is no way on fucking hell, in fucking hell, on hell, that you could just come up with that out of thin air. If you aren't thinking about a concept, if you aren't doing the creative process in the right order, you'll be stuck thinking, what's a nice font? What's a nice font for a cafe? What's a nice color? On a shallow level, what you need to unlock is the idea. Another one I saw was D&AD. One of these years, I can't remember, last year, the year before, maybe it's their new branding even, but they have these letter forms which stretch like ridiculous amounts. And it's something like imagine everything. And I assume that their thinking was this idea of everything. Yeah, everything. Fuck it. Fuck it. Why not everything? Fuck it. Fuck it. And then you get this attitude of fuck it. And then you can just stretch these letters to ridiculous widths because I want to have it all. I want to have it all. It's all. I'm guessing that's the kind of feeling they had. And then this idea of everything inspires this creative idea. You could never just jump to that. You could never just jump to, why don't we just stretch letters really wide? If you didn't start with a creative idea, if you didn't let that guide your decision. Did that make sense? I think it does to me. Maybe it's a bit complex, but it's also mundane. You need an idea. Maybe in a later video, I'll try and explain how you can get that. But in the meantime, hope that was useful.